Okay, we're going to talk about what this is about, the standard deviation. And the standard deviation is a number that statisticians like to talk about that refer to the variation. But instead of referring to it as the variation, they like to call it the standard deviation because of its relationship with a normal distribution, where you have this normal bell curve. In a standard deviation, what's notable about it is on this particular distribution here, we're talking about one standard deviation away from the mean, where the mean is the middle one, x bar, and this number 1 here to the right and -1 to the left, that holds 68% of the values in the distribution. So one standard deviation holds 68% of the value, which is a nice chunk of all the all the distribution. So you've got 68% in one standard deviation to the left and to the right. So these scores here, for example, these numbers here are referring to the average height of a basketball player in the NBA or college or wherever you want to say it. Okay, so it is just basketball players. And what do you know about basketball players? They're tall, thin or on the thinner side from doing all that running. But we're just interested in their heights of basketball players. So the average basketball player is 75 inches tall. Okay, and then you can see going to the right. So one standard deviation means that within one standard deviation, 68% of the players are within one standard deviation of the mean. Two standard deviations, that's going to be from, so this is 68% here. I don't know how I'm going to write that yet, but this is 68%. When we go out here to two standard deviations, then that's going to encompass now 95% of the, that's this whole thing here, 95%. 95%. Let's see if I can do that in black. Whoop. So here I've got 95% and 95% that it's holding. Okay, think about that. It's two standard deviations, almost get 100% of the heights that are involved. And think about it, there isn't that many short players in basketball, right? So that's few. There are some, but not many. Same with the tall fellas. There are some, but not many that are that would be then 3 standard deviations away. Okay, so in that case then, when you get to all 3 standard, when you talk about 3 standard deviations away, well, let's see, I didn't want to do that. Get rid of this one here. This is part of the red here. This one here, if I did that right, this is 68, so all this here encompasses the 95%. And at the 3, that is going to be the rest of them, which we can account for 99.5%, I believe. Let me double check that. Be on the safe side. And it's taking up too much time. Let's see, what have I got here? 99.7%, right? So up to here. When you include 3 standard deviations and beyond, this one here is 99.7%. And it takes just about all the values underneath the bell curve. So what does this mean? At taller than 84 inches,